what's up everybody? Today I am here to review Wonder Woman 1984. It is now available on HBO Max until the 31st, and it's also available on the theaters. And I believe most people are waiting to watch this on HBO Max on the comfort of their homes. Due to the pandemic, we don't really know. I know there's a lot of people saying that it's a flop, but I don't think it's very fair to judge a film during the pandemic. Tenet also was technically a flop because, the movie theaters can no longer be packed. They cannot have the same schedule as before. So I don't think that's fair to judge a film that we don't even have a normal situation as of now. Also, if you haven't had the chance to watch this film yet, I will start with no spoilers. By the time I get to the spoilers, I will let you know. So no worries here. It's just my overall thoughts at first. Okay, right off the bat. This is not a superior film to the other one that came out in 2017. That one was a much better film in my opinion. That's not saying that I really didn't like this one, but I could say that I did not love this one. There are certain things I thought it was weird, certain things that worked, and certain things that did not work, and certain things that I was like, what is going on here? But overall, let's talk about the acting first. Gal Gadot is amazing as Wonder Woman. I love the character. I've been in love with the character since the 2017 portrayal because so far all I knew from Diana Prince was from the comics. I know there was a TV show or something like that, but that's not from my time, so I was not familiar with that. So all I knew it was from the animation and the comic books, but 2017 version of Diana Prince on screen is what really brought me on board and made me really love the character. I do think that Gal Gadot nailed. She is Diana Prince. She has the charisma. She's not only beautiful, but you can tell that she's so inspiring. She has what it takes to be a hero. Really love seeing her. Love her character, and she's just so likable, which is one of the best qualities for a hero, So no problems there. Really loved Pedro Pascal. I thought he was amazing. He was very, very entertaining, and it's so funny to watch The Mandalorian, and in which he plays a completely different character, and here is kind of a villain. Wow, amazing. Really loved him. Kristen Wiig was also very good as Cheetah. Really enjoyed her portrayal from the very beginning to the very end. She begins as one type of character and she ends a completely different character. Really enjoyed that. And Chris Pine was also pretty good. And I love the chemistry that, he has with Gal Gadot. Diana and Steven, it's just, love it. It's just so heartwarming, so heartfelt. Really bought into their love story, Now, overall, there were some parts in this film that the CGI worked, certain parts that it didn't work. And they had a lot of time to work on this, so I don't really understand. But the cheetah CGI, for instance, I don't think it didn't work at all, in my opinion. I think it was a little bit off. There are also certain things. The first act was not very strong because we see Diana in this mall, right? There's a scene in the mall. There's pictures out there. But in this scene, she's jumping here and there, and it really felt like she was on wire. And I don't know, it came off very cheesy, very comic book-like, and it was just so different than what we saw before, and that kind of surprised me. And I know this movie takes place in the 80s, so of course the movie is very colorful, but it was also very cheesy. And upon second viewing, I actually came to the conclusion that I believe that this whole cheesiness in this film was on purpose because this was the 80s. But I'm not really sure if that really worked, It was a little bit weird to see, Diana jumping in a way that really did not felt realistic. You really felt that the actor was on wires, and I really don't understand why it was done that way. I thought that was weird. I thought it could have been done better. So the first and even the second act I didn't think was very strong. But there are certain parts in this film that was very heartfelt, very heartwarming. And that is probably because Gal Gadot does such a good job. The actors in general, they do such a good job that I felt the story because of their acting and the way, But overall, I didn't think, even though I liked the plot, I really bought into the story, but I did not think the payoff was strong. I did not think it ended very well. I was a little bit confused with what was going on at the very end there. So overall, I really felt that this film came off as very cheesy. It's still very inspiring. I think that Patty Jenkins has said many times that she takes a lot of inspiration from Donner's Superman, you know, with Christopher Reeves. And that movie, you really watch that film and you feel that Superman. And I think that she did a good job here at making us feel, yes, Diana is the superhero at certain points, but there are certain choices that I was just a bit confused and I didn't really get it. But overall, I still thought the film was quite enjoyable. It was heartfelt. I really felt bad for Diana at a certain point, but it's just very different film from the first one, and that kind of surprised me. I don't know if I was expecting it to be a little more serious. I don't know if this is kind of took inspiration from Aquaman, because Aquaman was also very flashy, very funny, very colorful, and this one was kind of like that. But I don't know, we were introduced to a more serious film, and now this one is so cheesy and so, I don't know, it's good, but it's not great. That's what I can tell you, and that is my pure honest opinion, even though I love Diana. But I can explain better my thoughts here when I get to the spoiler part, which I will be doing right now. So if you're going, come back later and let me know your thoughts on the film, and we can discuss. So now let's talk spoilers. All right, so, okay. Diana Prince, she runs into the stone that pretty much grants any wish, whatever wish that you want. And of course, I think at the very beginning, the Patty Jenkins was really good at establishing Diana's loneliness. You know, I really felt for her. That scene where she was drinking wine at the restaurant, and the waiter asked, "Are you alone?" Or waiting for someone, and she says no, and he's taking the cutlery away. I was like, oh, I really felt that loneliness, that yearning to have someone there. And she's obviously missing Steve, so her wish, of course, is going to be to have him back. And the way that he returns, I really bought it. I thought it was well done. It was interesting that he was in a different body, but we got to see always Chris Pine, which really worked. It must have been weird for Diana because she's looking at a different body, but she knows that it's Steve. So I enjoyed that very much, and I really bought into the love story. And it was heartbreaking when she had to renounce her wish towards the end. That really broke my heart. I actually even shed a tear. I enjoyed that so much because I really bought into their chemistry, and the acting there was amazing. Oh my God, when she had to say goodbye, gave him a kiss, and then she goes running. That was a good part. I really loved that. That really touched my heart. However, there were certain things in this film that I really did not understand the choices. For instance, at the very beginning, the mall sequence was really cool. I love seeing her being the hero that she is, but I don't understand why the CGI of her jumping around felt so awkward, in my opinion. And I don't understand. I mean, it feels like that was on purpose because it's the 80s, but it really felt like comic book like. It felt like it was some actor on wires. It didn't really feel natural. She was jumping a bit weird. I didn't really understand that. But anyways, I just love Diana. That did not take me out, but that was one part I did not think was very strong. Then we have a lot of action towards the middle as well. There is a car chasing scene. I really enjoyed that. I think it really worked. I think the CGI there was a little bit better. When we get to the cheetah character, I already thought, no, the CGI here is not really working. That's perhaps why it was done in the dark. But I thought that CGI was not very good. There's other thing that I did not get in this film. Diana is flying. And she's not just flying like using air or stuff that she used to do in the comics. She's full on flying like Superman. And that was very confusing to me. I'm not really sure how I feel about that because in the lore, she has the invisible jet, meaning that she does not fly. She uses the jet, right? And they even do that in this film, which I thought was really cool. And the way that they explain that is even cooler. I enjoy the whole thing that is, it's a trick that her father taught her. So she does do something like this with her hand and she makes it invisible. I thought that was amazing. But I don't know, it felt weird to see Diana flying like that. I just don't I don't know. I really felt like Superman. It was weird. Even like the way she was doing like this. I was like, that's not Diana. I mean, I get that she can swing in thunder or something like that, or even like use her lasso and use a plane to push her forward. I get all of that, but full on flying like Superman, that was just something I did not expect, and I don't think I like it. I think it's weird. I don't think it's unique from Diana. It's kind of a new power that they introduced, and it feels weird. I think that she should have stayed the way that she was before. She's already awesome. I don't know. That's kind of the whole flying away that she was doing, the Superman thing. I think that was awkward. But Pedro Pascal was very entertaining. Really loved his character. I really, the very end over there, I did not think that the payoff happened. You know, the whole Diana felt a bit weird. I didn't really understand what was going on there. I was like, what is happening here? So she's trying to have him renounce his wish, but then he is suddenly talking about his son. I didn't really understand the connection. Could he see his son? How did that suddenly just happen? I just didn't. I thought that very end there did not work. It was very messy, and that it was a little bit the thing that took me off, because I kept trying to figure it out. What exactly is happening here? How is he reaching? You know, I get that first he was reaching a lot of people. Then he goes into this beam of light, and he's still reaching people. I don't know. It was messy towards the end. And I felt that, I get that the filmmaker was trying to make the whole end very inspiring, very hopeful. But I thought that it was just messy. I did not understand it. Up to that point, I was with the story and the whole wish thing and renouncing the wish. But towards the end, I did not get that whole thing. I thought it was really messy. Now, the whole thing with the cheetah, I thought she was really great character, but it really felt that she was just put in this film so Wonder Woman could have a fight with someone that could really fight Wonder Woman, because Pedro Pascal has all these wishes, but he still could not go full on have a fight with Diana, you know, because she's kind of godlike powers. There's no way they could physically fight. They could just do like a mental fight, which is kind of what happens toward the end, and I didn't really think it worked. But Cheetah didn't, it just felt that she was in this film to have that one-off with Diana towards the end. But I really enjoyed her arc. You know, she started off as this completely different character. She's really nice. She really helps people. No one cares for her. And that is very classic, tropey, you know, turning into villain or even into hero. And I thought she did that very well. I love the scene with the weights when she's lifting up the weights and she's just figuring out, I can lift more. That was really cool, but well done. And towards the end, when she decides to become a cheetah, that is the part that I thought it was a bit weird. I really like that whole scene. The CGI did not work. So I would say that this film was indeed very cheesy. It even felt a little more childish, not as serious as the other one. Even though the other one, I already thought it was so hopeful. You know, we really had a superhero. We had that great scene of her walking to, you know, I forgot the name, but like in the middle of the war where she's just walking in slow motion. That was a great scene. And here in this film, she is still Diana. She is still very hopeful, but I did not think that the movie itself completely worked. The ideas did not, I don't know, it was just weird. So anyways, guys, overall, what I could say, I would give this film out of a 10, probably a 7.5. I think it could have been much better. The story needed to be a little more polished towards the end. I didn't really like the end. I felt that it was like an enjoyable ride because it's Diana and we're seeing Diana doing, Wonder Woman doing heroic things. Fine. It was heartfelt, the whole love story. I really enjoyed that. But overall, it's just kind of like not a great film. I still prefer the first one. But that is just my opinion. The whole Superman thing did not work for me. Drop your comments down below. Let me know what did you think about this film if you have seen it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you here.